Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty keg of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies then. Welcome to the best MLB prop show on God's green earth. I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets, and it's Tuesday, so you know what that means. Today we eat. As we have ribeyes with Mike to hold you over on some hitting props, as well as the pitching props that I'm going to talk about. This show is not sponsored by no one, and we're doing this out of our own generosity, so I do appreciate those that have found their way over to my channel, as this show right now is Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday at 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific. It may just get moved to Tuesday and Friday, as I do got a regular job, and like I said, I don't get paid for this shit. On the show, guys, we talk the opening lines of pitching props as well as the closing K-prop line 30 minutes prior to the show going live. Do me a favor, if you like what you hear, and smash that like button. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. I did no write-up on Chris Sale today, guys, as it's showing thunderstorms at 4. It has been moved to 9 p.m. It's the rain. I will do my radar work and all that, but I'm not going to do an hour's worth of work and type them out and that game not go. So I do have the lineups for Chris Sale ready. If the weather opens up and says they can get in, I will tweet out if I pull the trigger on him. As you know, what's a fucking day without Chris Sale day? But got to pay attention to weather. Showing thunderstorms as of right now. It's supposed to come at 9 p.m. That game starts, I believe, 7:20 p.m. So you're playing with fire, and you got to pay attention. And you got to listen to Mother Nature, guys. So let's get on the first pitcher on the board that we are going to talk about. And that's Carlos Rodon at the Twins, striking people out at a 23% clip while walking people just 7.5% on the year. Open them up 5.5 at plus money, plus 114. Best line available now is plus 130 to the 5.5. And that's on FanDuel. Pitching outs, opened them up at 16.5, minus 140 to the over, whereas earned runs are at a 2.5, minus 135 juice to the over. Projected lineup is 9 righties and 0 lefties. Rodon, guys, gets the Twins after putting 3 consecutive games together, good ones, that is, in the strikeout department versus teams that usually don't strike out, the Astros, the Orioles, and the only team who was striking out over 24% was the Orioles at that time. But they've seen the Astros, Orioles, and I guess I didn't write the other team who they did play, but he had 6 guys in that game, and then he played the Orioles and did it again, and then he played the Texas Rangers. So the end of the day, he didn't play Texas. I'm all stoned. He played the Brewers. There we go. Ha, Sharpies freaking took too many dabs before the show, but that's fine, guys. At the end of the day, the Brewers over the last 4 years have been a team to pick on. That Houston Astros lineup, that wasn't the Houston Astros I'd bet a fucking under lineup with, guys. They put Bregman in the 7 hole. They had Singleton in the 5, like put 3 lefties in there versus Carlos Rodon. The over was definitely in that lineup, guys. So I'm not going to say Carlos Rodon is back, guys. He faced an Orioles team who was striking out over 24%. He only got 6. Then he faced an Astros team who's just that lineup was ass. Cool, he got 6. And then he beat up on a Brewers team that, other than the few games this year versus some mediocre lefties, they've done all right. So what? Now we get to team guys who, when we're going to look at their numbers say, whoa, maybe we can look under. But then we're going to look at the analytics and the pitching metrics of Rodon, and is he back? As when we look at the numbers, guys, he's only 1 inch off of his 2022 vert, yet he is 2 inches off of his horizontal when you look at his slider. And his fastball and changeup are way up compared to 2022. So maybe Carlos Rodon is starting to turn the corner, and he's using his changeup, guys, a hell of a lot more. Just not enough is where I wish I want him to. He has thrown it 44 times this year compared to 49 all last season. And by the metrics, that's like his best pitch. But he's only throwing it 6 to 8 times a game, so you can chuck that shit out. And at the end of the day, he's a fastball slider type of guy. He's a 2-pitch pitcher, and we know this. We know this about him. And there's one thing that I know about running K-Props versus these Minnesota Twins, and you've got to be an ace for me to run it. Meaning, these guys hit fastballs, and they struggle versus every other breaking pitch out there, whether it's the slider, the curve, or the changeup. That's how you get them, guys. And if you're a 2-pitch pitcher and you're struggling, you're going to have a hard time getting it versus this team. Now, Byron Buxton is due back, and if he is in, I want nothing to do with the under, as that means Rodon's going to have action at the top 3 guys. He's going to have Tough in the middle of the lineup, and a couple people in the back that he can get. I could see the under, I could see the over, but at the moment, it's just a complete easy stay off. If he hits this over, I can now start looking at him as in, okay, maybe he is an ace now, guys, as I tried to run Gilbert. Granted, he's a righty, not a lefty, and I've tried to run other guys who have nasty breaking pitches, but they're not aces, guys. And if you can't get to the 2 strikes, what the fuck is the point of having those breaking pitches? And if you're putting yourself in fastball counts versus the Minnesota Twins, you're going to get fucking hit. This team hits fastballs. That's what they do. And as a 2-pitch pitcher, guys, I don't know if I want to back Rodon, guys. And if anything, it would be to the under. Because when I go look at the lefties that this team has faced, Detmer's only got 3. Crochet got 6 the first game and then backed it up with a fucking 7-piece the next game. And when I look at Crochet and then I go look at Rodon, they're the same exact pitcher. Fastball, cutter, slider. And guess what, guys? Crochet had a tough time. And Crochet's metrics on every pitch is better than Rodon. I don't give a fuck what pitch you look at, how you want to look at it. Crochet's shit just plays better, guys. So I can't go over. If anything, it's under, and it's been taking under money. And I don't want the under when Byron Buxton's in the fucking lineup. Now, before we talk about any more pitching props, guys, let's talk about a little bit of hitting. Let's talk about a little bit of ribeyes. Let's get into the spot where on Fridays I got people coming in the chat like, what? No ribeyes today? No ribeyes today? No, it's on Tuesday, fuckers. All right? All right.
Megalodon, the size of really 2 school buses. Are they extinct? Are they extinct?
That's the big question.
What's the new evidence now? A satellite photo near Sao Paulo. When you compare them next to the first photo, I'd say that's a 70-foot shark.
Yo, that's a 70-foot bald-headed fucking monster, bull-headed monster shark right there, boy. Look like you just freshly shaved that thing.
Ready to roll, my guy. We got to get this fucking money. Sharpie, first things first, all business aside. How was your birthday, my guy? Welcome to the 40s.
Bro, I had to work that night. Like, you hit me up on Sunday thinking I was bullshitting. Like, hey, bro, what are you doing? I was like, I got to fucking work, bro. And you're like, what are you doing? Going underneath the bridge? And I'm like, no, bro, I got to go actually work. But no, I actually had to work. And that was like, I run my brother's food truck on the weekends and stuff. And that was the busiest night I've ever had, bro. I made like freaking 60-something pizzas that night in a 4-hour period. Yeah. And I put out a freaking sign saying, my little brother's making me work on my birthday. Please tip. I made $200-something in tips in that 4 hours, bro.
Nice. Nice,
so at the end of the day, I'm not going to complain. I had a good day. I made some money. And that's what we're here to do. So let's talk some baseball.
Let's go, my guy. We milestoned it. I told you guys last year, May 10th was when we started. I didn't realize it was my guy's birthday when I threw it out there, but that was when we started. And what did we do last week? We got to the profit there. This was that period of time year over year to start aggregating information and making educated, informed decisions to get us paid. We had a fun week last week, 3-2, but it netted us 2.8 units out there, probably highlighted by Cal Raleigh coming in there as the designated hitter, going Yabo, putting up the 4-dinger out there and cashing that plus 165 for us. I'm even more excited this week than I am about last week's action. The data is in. The database has been updated. And I feel great about these opportunities today, man. I'll tell you what. You don't hear me say this very often, but I got a 4-pack, and goddamn if we don't go 4-0 today, Sharpie. Let's get the fucking work, my guy. That's how excited I am about this one here. Let's pop it right off here. 6:40 p.m. Eastern. We're going to get involved with a little bit of action here between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Baltimore Orioles. I got to get things situated to get moving on it. But I got to go here. First of all, yesterday I was all over them Toronto Blue Jays. It was sweaty. It wasn't pretty, but they got the job done, and I do believe this be the bounce-back spot for them Baltimore O's today. You know, you look up and down the order, lots of guys with lots of capability out there, but we got to go and look at the he's due and who does he cut up like a Ginsu knife. This guy here, Gunnar Henderson, starting off in the 1 spot. To say he's due is an absolute understatement for this guy. Kind of coming off that spot yesterday, 0 for 4, had himself 2 strikeouts. But only, at the end of the day, the entire Orioles team shit the bed. 3 hits in 10 innings out there. Somehow they went up early and I had to sweat. But it is what it is. You look at Henderson and, he's been competently going over his 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI lines in 3 of his last 5 games as well. And then you look deeper into this situation and you look at this Chris Bassett factor. What do we know about Gunnar Henderson when he goes up there against Chris Bassett? Kicks the shit out of him. He's 3 for 6. He's got 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. And now you look at Bassett with a 5.06 ERA. Getting ducks on the pond is a bad spot to be. Henderson tied for 2nd in Major League Baseball with 12 home runs. We'll talk about who's number 1. We're looking at hard hitting, confidence against the pitchers, and I'm opening up the card with a plus 180. Give me my guy. I know he's batting leadoff, but I love his numbers out there, specifically against Chris Bassett. Give me Gunnar Henderson, plus 180 to open the card up. And we keep her rolling. I talked to you. Hard hitting is the name of the game this time of the year. And who's hitting the hardest baseballs in Major League Baseball, Sharpie?
Stanton.
Giancarlo Stanton, my guy. He's a K-prop whisperer, but he knows his hitting props as well. You got to look at you got to cap it from both sides. That's why Sharpie's so successful. He doesn't just look at it from the K side. He looks at it from the batting side. And he knows who's out there mashing meat missiles. 118.8 miles an hour was good enough to be the hardest hit baseball in Major League Baseball this season. But what does he do the very next day? Goes out there and rocks it 119.9 miles an hour. And even the names that you would expect, the Aaron Judges, the Juan Sotos are saying, man, this guy just hits the ball hard. And I expect it to continue. Not only does he hit the ball hard, he's got the number 1 fastest swing rate in Major League Baseball at 80.6 miles per hour out there. Here's an opportunity against Chris Paddock, who not very high on Chris Paddock to begin with here. 5.4 ERA up there with these Yanks. Number of guys have the experience. Nobody's got more experience than Juan Soto, but interestingly enough, here comes Giancarlo Stanton sitting in the 5-hole and priced at plus 150 for me. Give me the speed, give me the power, give me the guy to go yardstick on this one. Well, Chris Paddock's in trouble today. Maybe not full game, but I do believe Giancarlo Stanton can get us that cash out there.
Before you go to the next one, Giancarlo, don't call me Mike Stanton, bro. Played high school baseball in San Diego. Didn't become Giancarlo until 19 years old. He was Mike Stanton. But guess who has the slowest bat speed in the MLB?
Chris Paddock?
Maybe, but they don't swing the bat no more. Luis Arias.
There we go. All right. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, bro. A lot of contact guys were down at the bottom. So it was something that I did pay attention to. So let's keep talking, but had to throw in the bottom guy since we talked about the top guy.
We'll talk about the top. We'll talk about the bottom. Let's get right to the middle here with a guy that's been consistent with us. We look at this game between Cleveland and Texas. You're going to give me Jack Leiter. I'm going to give you a glowing candle here with Jose Ramirez putting this cash in our pocket as well. You know it's good old Jose. He bats both ways. He's 3 in the order. He's got Andres Jimenez in front of him, Tyler Freeman, this whole lineup. Bo Naylor down at the bottom is a great spot to be as well. And look, this should be I expect there to be quite a bit of runs rolling around this thing. Ben Lively's certainly not lighting the world on fire out there. Left-handed hitters, Corey Seager, Nate Lowe are guys that should definitely challenge Ben Lively, but give me good old Jose Ramirez here at plus 145. Guy's been effective. He's been accomplished in his last couple of years as well. We've been cashing with this guy like crazy, and I don't expect it to change here with this spot today. I do like this being that they're kind of getting into it now. We've got 2 for 3 with 2 walks, 2 stolen bases, and 4 RBIs the other day when the Rangers played the Guardians on Monday. Guy's just hot when you're feeling it. Everything just gets a little bit easier, and you saw that with that monster stat line yesterday. Expect him to keep going, not just because he had a big game yesterday, but just when you're seeing it, you're seeing it. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it, and I expect him to get us paid. And, of course, we're going to bring her home, Sharpie. We talked about the number 2 hitting home run guy in Major League Baseball. Let's not forget my guy. Probably if I was going to get a Major League Baseball jersey, it would be this guy's jersey. You already know I'm a sucker for Kyle Tucker. You're going to price him at plus 150 out there. In the boo-boo spot, the old 4-hole against JP Sears. He's got 10 at-bats, 3 hits, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. He's hitting 300. He's got an OBA of 400 out there, and he's leading Major League Baseball in the King Ding-a-ling category out there. I think it's a great opportunity for us to go cash with this guy. 13 homers on the season. Talk about seeing the ball efficiently and effectively. For the Astros to win, Tucker's got to be pulling the cart. And look, despite the situation with this number at minus 200 Astros team, I don't think there's shoe wins against this Athletics team. I just think they have an opportunity with JP Sears to exploit this guy and go deep. You got Altuve, Bregman, and Alvarez in front of them. That order probably ain't going to change. It looks like they're starting to shore it up. I'll tell you a wild card flyer, too, is this John Singleton, this fucking guy. Every time I'm looking to see who scored in the Astros game, I'm expecting it to be Tucker, and it's Singleton. So I flirted around with Pena. We've taken some Altuve and some Bregmans, but got to go back to the guy, our guy, friend of the show, I'm sure, because we play this guy so much, Kyle Tucker at plus 150 Sharpie. That's 2 plus 150s, a plus 145, and a plus 180 to get us paid. I'm jacked up about this hitting opportunity today, my guy.
Was Ramirez the 45?
Yeah. Ramirez is the cheapest of the packages, but they're all in the sweet spot. They're all hitting around the boo-boo position. I'm expecting to go get the board sweepage today, you guys. Remember where you heard it here. Let's go. Let's get that money, Sharpie.
Man, I appreciate you as always. Let these fine folks know what you got going on and where they can find you.
Man, Sharpie, I said it the other day, and I stand on it, to see a guy go, 15-2 on a Sunday in Major League Baseball. To roll out there and go like 19-3 on a Saturday. Does that sound unbelievable? I used to think amazing. So. But tune in tonight. We're going to continue to kick ass and take names. Last call. We're seeing the ball better than Mike Stanton. We're seeing the ball better than Kyle Tucker right now. We're firing away. And I can't wait to get after it. So I'll see you guys later today, 6 p.m. But, man, I'm here to support you, my guy Sharpie. Follow me over on X anytime we go live at PimSlapPod, man. We've been busting up live streams as well. The playoffs have been great to us in the NBA and the NHL. Just a fun time of year to be involved in capping. We do this every day. We work hard all year long. You got to run when you're on those runs, and right now we are hustling like a champion. Let's get my guy. Get that cash, Sharpie. Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. And then we're back, guys. So let's get to it, guys. The next guy we're going to talk about today is going to be Reed Detmers versus the Cardinals. Striking people out this year 26% of the time, while walking people 8.5% on the time. Morning line was 5.5 minus 105 on BetMGM, and that is exactly the same line still available now. Pitching outs is 17.5 minus 155 juice to the over, whereas earned runs are at a 2.5 minus 145 juice to the under. Projected lineup is 5 righties and 4 lefties. Reed Detmers, guys, gets a shot at the Cardinals. Whoever their last 200 plate appearances versus lefties are not walking. They're not striking out at just 17% of their at-bats, while being the worst team in the league in isolated power. Now, I'm going to tell you their numbers are actually way worse than what they are saying. As the only lefty I would go bet on in that time span that they seen is Garrett Crochet, who went 6 innings of 1-run ball with 6 punch-outs. And a guy who has an issue walking people in Crochet had no walks that game. This is going to be key today, as you can look under when the team is you can't go look under, guys, on Detmers today when the team's just not hitting for the life of them, as that will project us Detmers to be out there longer. As I thought I wanted his outs, guys, but the books are keen to that, guys, as the Cards just aren't hitting, so we're not going to get a good number on that. But it's in the numbers, guys. Now, the projected lineup is showing 4 lefties, but when I do the lineups myself, I'm only getting 2, maybe 3 at tops, and that's important, guys, as Detmers, as a guy through his whole career, has struggled striking out lefties, is actually now putting them away at a clean 33%. We've talked about it this year. It's nothing new as he has the same pitch mix. It's his slider, guys. And he's added 5 inches of break vertically to it with 1.5 inches of horizontal movement. So, yeah, it finally does what it's supposed to do when you're a lefty on lefty. It freezes them. So I do need lineups, guys, if I want to play a K prop. But I think this is a get right spot for Detmers, as he's been taken to the woodshed, guys, in 4 games in a row, giving up 4 runs or more in every fucking game. Well, he played some lefty killers, guys. Let me talk to you. As the Guardians, Twins, and Orioles all are top 8 in the league in isolated powers versus lefties, and the Royals, who, yes, say their numbers, they're not hitting lefties, yet Scoobles faced them twice, and yet they've handled guys like Crochet and every other lefty that they've faced. So this is just a good spot for Detmers. He's been in 4 terrible spots. I expect Detmers to go out there 6-7 solid innings today, 2 earned runs or less, and I'm just not going to pay minus 155 for Detmers. Now, on the other side is Sonny Gray. And Sonny Gray got waxed himself last game out, guys. And there's something like called get back days on starting pitchers, on aces, guys. And last year, Sonny Gray gave up more than 3 earned runs 3 times, coming back with quality starts in 2 of the next 3 games, guys. I'm expecting 6 innings from each guy, if not 7 from one, if not both. And I'm on the first 7 under 5.5 at minus 110. All I need is 1 to be on, if not both, and I expect both to be on. So give me the under first 7. I talked about it on Jimmy's show in the chat this morning. He's like, oh, he's staying away from the bullpen. No, I have nothing to do with. I think both these guys have the opportunity of going 7 innings, and I'm backing both of these starting pitchers. Now, I expect both to at least go 6, and wouldn't be surprised if they're both out there going into the 7th inning. So give me the under for 7, 5.5 runs at a minus 110. Next guy on the board that we're going to talk about is Logan Gilbert versus the Royals. He's striking people out 27% of the time while walking people 7.5%. Open them up 5.5 minus 124 on FanDuel, where the best line available now is at a minus 148 on FanDuel to that 5.5. His pitching outs opened up at 17.5 minus 185 to the over. Now 18.5 minus 185 to the under. Earned runs are at a 2.5 minus 140 to the under. Now a minus 175 to the under. So we're going to talk about this, as if there is something out there, guys, with a big pair of floppy yappies, this may be it. This is a spot, guys, where every titty capper is going to be like, over! And their breakdown will be, he has hit this in 7 of 8 games this year. And my breakdown's going to be, well, why the fuck is it a 5.5? Nah. Sharpie don't play that, guys. Now, it doesn't mean I go under just because they are begging for some over money. It means I need to try and figure this out, or I just need to leave it be, as I ain't going to go over ever if the books are begging for it. That ain't me, Poppy. Nah. I look to bet people's averages, guys, and if they're not their average, I got to figure it out why, and if not, just leave be. And this from the start is looking like I'm going to leave be. As when he's seen him last year, guys, he went 7 innings with 7 punch-outs to a Royals team who was the best in the league at not striking out at just 17% of their at-bats with a top 10 isolated power. And at the time, Gilbert was a 6.5 for his K prop. And then, guys, we go check their numbers right now. They're almost identical to when he's seen them last year. They're striking out 17%. Their ISO is 156 instead of 165. And the books put them at a 5.5. They either fucked up or it's just a straight trap, guys. Is every team that don't strike out this year, when they have dropped Gilbert's number, he has gone out and done the damn thing. As the Rangers and Astros don't strike out, and he has bad past history versus them, he still hit 6 in those games. Blue Jays are tough. He had 9, as well as the D-backs, who we all know we all run unders with the D-backs, guys, and he put up a 9-piece. So I don't really want to fuck around and find out with this under. No, but I don't want to bet the over as well, guys, as it seems like they're just begging for over money. So at the end of the day, the books are telling me he's going to pitch to contact. I'd go look to bet that over 18.5 outs if you're looking to bet Gilbert today. Me personally, the line just seems, it just doesn't sit right in my stomach. And I'm just going to have to let it go, guys, because if I can't agree with the under, I've got to let it go. And everything tells me over, except for the number that they put him at. And I'm content not fucking around and finding out at all. Now, there's a guy that they did jump up today, and I get it. I get why they have the best. Why they had to jump this guy up. Dylan Cease, guys, versus the Rockies, striking people out at a 32.5% clip while walking people 8.5% on the year. Opened them up at 8.5, minus 112 on FanDuel, and the best line available now is at a minus 118 to that 8.5. Pitching outs is 18.5, minus 200, juice to the under. Earned runs is at a 1.5, minus 150, juice to the under. Minus 150. They're saying this dude ain't giving up 2 runs today. Projected lineup is 6 righties and 3 lefties. Now, guys, we get a spot where I just said the books are going to have to jump them up, as they know no one is going to bet this under, guys. So they got to add a strikeout to Cease for the books to have a shot at having a win today. As from going to 8 to 9 strikeouts, and projected just 6 innings of work, 24 batters, he's going to need to strike out 37.5% of his batters to hit this 9, instead of 33% at the 8. And 33% is doable, guys. The Cease is striking people out 32.5% of the time so far. Yet the books know that, and they know the Rockies over the last 15 days are not walking, striking out 25.5% of their at-bats while being 23rd in the league in isolated power. As well as Cease did see these puppies back in Colorado April 22nd, going 7 innings, allowing 1 run and striking out 8. And with only hitting 9 or more strikeouts in 1 of 7 starts, guys, we get an 8.5. Like I said, the books got to give themselves a way to win. As well, guys, as I don't look to bet people like this unless you force my hand. As I did bet Castillo as they jumped him up the other day, guys. But nothing in the number said to jump him up. I went and figured out why the books jumped him up. And I said, oh, yeah. And I may have got a little lucky, but he hit it on his last fucking batter. And I'll take it, guys. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck, guys. But they do jump people up knowing that, man, we've got to take the percentages from a 33 at 8 to a 37.5 at 9. And then if we go look at the past history, guys, there is some guys who 9 at bats for McMahon. He's only struck out 1 time. Tovar's only struck out 1 of his 6. And those guys are in the 2-3 hole. Blackman's in the 1 hole projected, and he's struck out, I believe it's a third of his at bats, where no one else has more than 4 at bats besides Doyle versus him. And Doyle struck out every at bat versus him. So I wouldn't be surprised if Doyle's not in the lineup today, but still, even if he is, Tovar and McMahon has struck out 2 of their 15 at bats. If you throw that into the projected lineup, Dylan Cease now needs to strike out 47% of his batters if he only goes 6 innings. That's a fucking lot, guys. So what I'm getting at is I'm looking at Cease guys today, but I'm going to pull them down to 7 and use them as like an anchor piece. As if I pull the trigger on Jack Leiter's under today, it's minus 160 right now. I'm going to hook it to Cease to get set. Cease is getting 7 strikeouts in his sleep, guys. If he loses this bet today, it's because he hooks you. He's going to get 8 and not end up with 9. So he gets 8 guys on a regular day. So if you're on the over, I get it. And I'm not going to chase. That's just something I'm not going to do. Not for no reason. The books know they're striking out. The books know they're struggling. Unless they want to put out a lineup, guys, that's really going to force my hand. And if you want to give me 7 guys, I mean, pretty much the whole damn Colorado Rockies lineup struggles versus the slider. Like 6 of them projected struggle versus the fastball. So it's in there. The strikeouts are there. You want to give me 7 who struggle versus both? Then fuck it, dude. Then I got to play it, guys. Then you're going to force my fucking hand. So at the end of the day, guys, it is what it is. I'm content letting it go if I have to. But I also think pulling them down to get juice down on any other play today, guys, is the spot to go look and ride. I get to go play me a little bit of Undertaker music. Bet y'all ain't ready for that shit right here, though. But we got Hunter Green at the D-backs, guys, and he's striking people out 27.5% of the time. Well, why is my vape not getting me high? Got to change the battery on it. Well, walking people 11% on the time. Morning line is 5.5 minus 140, where the best line available now is at a minus 136 on FanDuel. Pitching out 17.5 minus 120. Sorry, gotta medicate. Yeah, all right. Whereas earned runs are at a 2.5 minus 135 juice to the under. Projected lineups is 5 righties, 4 lefties. All right, guys. Do you see some titties on this one? These are some yoppers, fellas, like double D. Don't do it justice. So we got Hunter Green at a 5.5. And yes, guys, it's got some heavy juice, but still. We talk about they don't adjust guys' strikeouts on back-to-backs. And in this series so far, they have kept 3 of the 4 guys, including Ashcraft, all at their same original number. Yet, Hunter Green, one of the top strikeout pitchers in the game, is the one who gets dropped? Nah. And there are a few things telling me to go under, guys, in this spot, other than the books begging for over money. And that is, guys, Ashcraft. He pitched for the Reds last night, and he is as close as you can get to Hunter Green's pitch mix, as you can see. And they both are high-velocity fastball with the slider. And like freaking Hunter Green, like Ashcraft back-to-back unders with the Diamondbacks. Ashcraft got 2 in his first game. And they put him right back at the original 4.5. And he got 3 last night. Montgomery, I think he got 2 or 3 in his first game. They put him at his original 4.5, and he hit. Hunter Green got 6 in his first game. They didn't put him back at a 6, at a 6.5 that he was at. They put him at a 5.5, and they put it at a minus 140. Now it's at a minus 136, and they're just like, here, please bet it. Well, it's not just that the Diamondbacks numbers are the Diamondbacks numbers, guys. Yes, they're walking at a high clip, only striking out 21% of their at-bats, and they are middle of the pack ISO. So nothing in there says, hey, just go drop him. As well, guys, is when I checked the book on Green, we have a major red flag. He has never been lower than a 6.5 in his life. In his life. As well, guys, if I have found his kryptonite when it comes to Green's K-prop. And that's teams who don't whiff and who make contact when they chase. I ain't trying to fuck around and find out, guys. And we know the Astros, the Guardians, the D-backs, and the Mets were on those lists last year. When he's seen those teams He's seen them 5 games, those 4 teams. He is 1-4 to the over 5.5 where the book set him at today, averaging just 4 strikeouts a game. Yeah. Can you guess where I'm looking today, guys? As if they give me the same 9 that was in the lineup last week and an ump that is just neutral, then I'm going to plug my nose and take that plus money on his under today, guys, as many things are pointing that way. Let me talk to you. Appreciate you guys all for coming in today. This is the Balking Den. I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets. The only bet I do have in right now is the Angels Cardinals first 7 under 5.5. I'm waiting on lineups for a few people as I'm looking to take lighter under 4.5. It's heavy juiced, but then I'll probably alt it with Cease to either 6 or 7 to get the juice down, depending on. And there's a couple other unders that I am looking at as well today. Sale is definitely an over spot for me, but I've got to pay more attention to the weather, and weather is key. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, y'all know what to do. Smash that fucking like button, hit that subscribe button, and enjoy some Young Dubliners.